Coming to the screen now is our host of the world-famous Universal Studios tour, you know, from Saturday Night Live, his own late night show on NBC, and he's now hosting the Tonight Show. Here he is, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Peter.
And the greatest driver.
Graham.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Graham
owes me $5.
A lot of great TV shows have been filming here in addition to The Voice. The Mindy Project, starring Mindy Kaling, shoots here regularly. Right over here on the left-hand side is where CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, films. Yes. Now, a lot of our TV production takes place in the soundstage that we're passing on the right-hand side. You know, our TV history goes back to 1939. Our first broadcast was the New York World's Fair. Since then, all these great TV shows have filmed at the soundstages. We pass on the right. You know, we merged with NBC about 10 years ago, becoming NBC Universal, one of the biggest media conglomerates in the world these days. Now, we're passing our Metropolitan District, or our Metro sets here on the right-hand side. And you can see they're setting up for filming. In just a minute, you're going to see Brownstone Street right over here on the right-hand side. This is where these great movies all shot. Hey, Graham, don't go 88 miles an hour down this street. We might go back to the future. Welcome to Courthouse Square. You're going to recognize the town of Hill Valley from the Back to the Future films. It played Hill Valley in 3 different time periods. 1955 when it was the past, 1985 when it was the present. And where year was that when they went to the future with the flying cars and the hoverboards? 2015. So welcome to the future. Yes, you know, the entire climax of Back to the Future, which is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year, was invented by the writers, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, wandering around Courthouse Square right here. It looks like you're building some green screens. By placing a green screen in the background, you can add in anything you would like later on. And that bus right over there is a picture car. A picture car is any vehicle that appears in a shot, whether it's real or not. So it looks like they're getting ready to film. And that particular bus seems to be burned on the side. So I'm sure the script called for that particular piece of action. Now we're driving behind the sets of our Metro District. But keep in mind, anything can be turned into a set here at Universal. That could be the back of a warehouse or a loading dock. Looks like there's a helicopter being put in that scene as well. And this back of the set could be a stadium or anything like that.
Or the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, you know, prehistoric times.
Welcome to Skull Island.
incredible.
Oh man, they're burning! King Kong 360. Oh yeah. And now we're going to take you to a jungle island off the coast of Costa Rica. In other words, well,
for Jurassic Park.
Many of which were used in the great Roundup sequence. The RV unit that you see driving on the screen is on the left-hand side of the tram. That's the one that was dangling over the cliff when the mommy T-Rex knocked it over in this great scene. By the way, we here at Universal are very proud to tell you that no dinosaurs were harmed during the filming of Jurassic Park. Down low!
Hi, I'm Steven Spielberg.
Yes, I may make a mistake. Anyway, welcome to Old Mexico. Goes back to the old silent days, like I said. It's one of the oldest sets in Hollywood, as a matter of fact. Now, if you take a look right over here on the left-hand side, little of this set has changed in the past few years. OC, ER, Without a Trace, and Nacho Libre have filmed here. Uh-oh. Thunder and lightning. That's not good. Well, as long as there's no rain and there's not a cloud in the sky, so we should be okay. Oh, look, I don't my big mouth. Oh boy, look at that, it's really coming down. Yeah, we're not supposed to get too much rain in this area, but that joke was a flash flood. Community House in Shameless is shot here more recently. One of my favorites, Earthquake, which just turned 40 years old, shot at the top of the hill. Richard Roundtree drove his motorcycle. Wait a minute, what's that coming right towards us? It's a flash flood, look out! Our classic Universal flash flood, you may remember it from Big Fat Liar. This portion of Old Mexico was seen in a classic comedy, The Three Amigos. Starring Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Chevy Chase, when you saw The Three Amigos in a film at the beginning of their film. That was shot right here. Now we're heading north of the border to 6 Points, Texas. 6 individual Western streets emanating from the center, all with its own bank, saloon, and jail. In the old silent days, you can have 6 different Westerns filming on this street, or all the streets that are surrounding it. Take a look at the doors on both sides. You'll notice that some of them are very small and some of them are very big. The small ones made our cowboys look bigger and brawnier than they actually were, and the big ones made our Western ladies smaller, more petite, and more rescuable. Let's say we need to film an underwater sequence. We might come to our underwater tank. It's right over here on the left-hand side. If you watch the monitor, I'll show you how it works. All we have to do is open that baby up, fill it up with thousands of gallons of water. There's Central Park on the right-hand side. 2 benches and a lamppost. That's all that we need to build. It could be any park. Gorky Park. Just not Jurassic Park, probably. And the lake we're going to be passing on the right-hand side is Park Lake. It can be a lake, as it was in season 1 of Desperate Housewives. Super's asses were dumped in there. It can also be the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, McHale's Navy. Great TV show starring Ernest Borgnine and Tim Conway. How do we do it? Put a miniature ship or a miniature submarine in the middle of the water there, frame the camera just right, and your imagination does the rest. It works really well until a big bird or seagull comes and lands on the ship of the submarine, then the shot's pretty much over. You know, miniatures like that are always used in movies and TV shows. And we saw one way how Peter Jackson created Skull Island using CGI, computer-generated imagery. He also used miniatures, and we're about to see some of the miniatures that he used in King Kong. On the left-hand side, you're going to see the SS Venture as it approaches Skull Island. And as we go on to Europe, built originally in 1929 for a first Academy Award winner for Best Picture, all on the Western Front, it can look like any country in Europe. Here's Jimmy to demonstrate how versatile it is.
Mi chiamo Jimmy Fallon e tu una grosse bottiglia di vino. Mamma mia! Je m'appelle Jimmy Fallon. Je veux avoir été baguette. Non, Charlie, non! Hallo, ich bin Jimmy Fallon. Karl Schnitzel. Ich glaub, wir steht auf mich.
Inside of Soundstage 50, where an episode of the great TV show Bones filmed not that long ago. This set's supposed to be a BART station in San Francisco. That's their subway station up there. Look at the amazing detail that goes into a set like this. That's not just for us when we watch the movie or TV show. It actually helps the actors create a realistic character by putting them in a realistic environment. And the lights and light fixtures and light cables, those all come from the Bud Westmore building where the sets are actually constructed. and they'll be brought out here and set up. The signs are actually made in the Bud Westmore buildings. Just one of our California circus we get them from time to time. If I was bigger than that, we might have knocked something over. Hold on, everybody. Let's back down to the left. The lovely little town of Amity. It's such a quaint little picturesque seaside community. I'm not going to lie to you good people, this is the same town that was terrorized by a giant killer shark in Steven Spielberg's classic Jaws. Uh-oh. George has left the police boat. There's another shark coming right at him. George. George. Oh, poor George. Poor George. He had a lot of guts. Oh, and there they are. Little club soda will get that out. Goodbye, old chum. Where's the shark? Anybody see him? How about a round of applause for Rooster Shark, star of the movie Jaws? All right, Desperate Housewives fans, get ready. We're about to take a little trip down one of the most desirable addresses in TV history. From ABC's top-rated comedy, Desperate Housewives, welcome to Wisteria Lane.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
Oh, what the heck? Let's do that.
Whenever you see the housewives inside their homes, they're usually inside sound stages on the front lot because these are just facades. The one exception is the house we're going to be passing on the right-hand side, it's directly in front of us, and as we turn it'll be on our right. That is a practical set that was filmed inside and outside whenever Edie Britt or Renee lived there. Here's a scene that's shot right in front of that house.
Why do you like this? What happened to your tenant? He came into some money and decided to move. He thought, what the heck? Let's move back. We? Oh, you don't know. I have a husband now. Really? Whose?
Yeah. Sometimes our neighborhoods need a more imaginative or fanciful feel, like Whoville from Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, directed by Ron Howard. I don't know why those were so worried about the Grinch when right next door was Norman Bates. Here comes the Bates Motel from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. There's the actual Bates Motel, there's the actual Psycho house up on the hill.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
The Bates Motel is a practical set. We can film inside and outside of it. The house is just a shell, 4 walls, and we can film around it. Wait a minute. Who's this guy? What does he carry? Is that Norman? Norman Bates? Everybody act natural. Oh boy. All right. Graham, I think we've overstayed our welcome. Let's get out of here. Norman Bates, a boy only a mother could love. Who saw War of the Worlds, directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Tom Cruise? Get ready for the spectacular crash site from War of the Worlds.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
When you first began to sit down and talk about the War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in the big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
Thank you for coming to the Universal Tour, everybody. Get home safe. Fantastic day. fantastic day. Have a fantastic night. Just watch your step as you exit the tram.
就潜水服，哎。